I personally got less than 30%. What? Guys, let me tell you, I remember it was. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Lisa. Do not miss out. Subscribe. This is the grade 10 advice video. Let's get straight into the video. To a few things, right? First things first, most importantly is the subject changes, right? So now you go from doing natural sciences, you go from doing technology, you go from doing creative arts, visual arts, dramatic arts, dance. You know, you change from those things into more serious subjects, into business studies, into physical sciences, into life sciences, into history, into many other different, more major subjects, you understand? Okay, so choosing subjects. I don't know how your school does it, but different schools have different ways of doing things, right? It's just the thing of subject changes. Some schools, you choose your subjects in the start of grade 10, other schools in the end of grade 9, but more or less, the subject you choose, make sure you choose subjects that will pave your career path. You know what you want to be, or at least you have an idea of what you at least want to be, right? So try to choose subjects because you want to do them and because you know you have been committed into doing the subjects and you know you're gonna put in the work to actually do these subjects. Maybe they're hard, maybe they people say they're hard, right? So you want to make sure you do subjects because you want to do them and because they're gonna pave your way, your career path properly, right? So you don't want to do subjects because your friends are doing them. Maybe you want to copy your friends, things like that. You don't want to do that. You want to do subjects that are gonna help you and your career at the end of the day. Okay, so mathematics and mathematical literacy. So those two, lots of people look down on mathematical literacy, but it's not actually like that, guys. So you know the type of person you are, ne? So you're gonna choose maths or maths lit because you know what type of person you are, whether you're gonna put in the work for maths or you just want to do maths lit. I don't know how maths lit is. I do pure maths personally, so I wouldn't say it's easy or what, but people that do it don't complain much about it, right? So you want to do something that you know that you're actually going to put in the work, you see. But although it's very important to know that mathematical literacy does also have like good career choices, you understand, but you want to do subjects that you know you're going to put in the work for. Okay, let me talk about mathematics grade 10 term 1 for me. It was the first time I personally got less than 30%. What? Guys, let me tell you, I remember it was our first assignment, term 1, first assignment. It wasn't the test, you know, term 1 has tests and assignments. It wasn't the test, it's an assignment. First time doing trigonometry, right? Because we're getting introduced into trigonometry in grade 10, term 1. Trigonometry. But the thing is, you weren't taught trigonometry, right? So when I got my results of 28%, I was like, what? I was so shocked. I didn't even cry, bro. In class, I didn't even cry. I just laughed. I looked at my people and I was like, I ain't blue. This is not me. What is going on? Yo, hey. And then I saw that most people got ranging around those marks, like 20%. And then, strange enough, some people got like 80%. The thing is, we weren't taught this trigonometry. We were still new to it, right? So when we were actually doing this assignment, we were doing research ourselves, right? Because we weren't taught research, but we couldn't even understand what it was. Trigonometry, we didn't even know what that is. Cos, so katoa, we didn't know that. None of that. Understand? Wrote this test, I got my marks. I was shocked. I was traumatized. I was scared. What did the rest of the year have for me? I was so scared, guys. So yeah, that explains the huge academic jump. You see, so they just treat you now. They're preparing you for grade 12. That's the thing. They're preparing you for the grade 12s. To be a grade 12, and so that's why they're gonna give you this surprise test, but some of them are for max. You see, guys, so come prepared, do your research at home. And yeah, actually, guys, the assignment, it turned out that actually the teacher left like 9 marks for us. Oh, did that help me? No, it didn't, because I still got less than 50%. But it is, no, I think I got, because of that 9 marks, 10 marks that he didn't properly mark on everyone's paper, so everyone got a 10 mark plus, you understand, added to their marks. So I got like 52%. Yeah, I was still scared. I was like, what does mathematics have in store for me for the rest of the year? I was scared, bro. But yeah, just pushing and persevering, guys. From that, I was like, there's no way I'm getting this mark ever again. Studied back to my usual schedule. And then I knew grade 10 is no joke. Started studying. I was ready for maths. From then on, passing maths. Next thing is studying becomes a priority. You know how like in the smaller grades you would like see something in class, you taught something in class, you see it, oh find this, algebra, sharp, go to the test, algebra, I know algebra. Now it's different, guys. I'm telling you, now it's different. Whether they're gonna do physical science, whether they're gonna do business studies, whether they're gonna do CAT, whether they're gonna do economics, whether they're gonna do dramatic arts, it is very important to study. Study becomes a priority, guys. It will be very important for you to look at the book, understand, actually analyze. Don't just praise through and see, oh, this. Nah, you have to actually study. You have to actually put your mind into the work and actually work to get those marks up, because it's very important. Just because they say, oh, physical science is like this, doesn't mean that you're gonna fail it. No, you just have to put in the work, study, and you guys got this. There's a lot of study methods online. TikTok is there, lots of creators there as well. I know a few. Even on YouTube, there's a lot of there's Kevin Maths, there's Miss Angler, there's 4 different subjects, you understand? So you're gonna find help. Go online, use the resources, you're gonna find the help, and you're gonna be pashash, you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna fail. Like they say, do these subjects, you're gonna fail. Now that level 2 is nothing on you. You can get level 5 and upwards, you understand? So yeah, guys. Another thing is the workload. The workload is gonna be more. You're gonna see your friends, other friends are complaining about physics and counting waves. You're gonna go and talk to your other friends that do economics. You're gonna talk about graphs. Other friends talk about tourism. Other friends talking about dramatic arts and essays. You understand? So you're gonna be, lots of people are facing different things, but the workload is more, bottom line. You understand? So make sure you are prepared for the workload. Make sure you pay attention when you get home. Do your homeworks, because the work expands. Make sure in class you listen, because the workload expands. If you miss, like I know in physics, yo bro, when I sleep in physics, I wake up, I know nothing, bro. Like if I even forget the work I did yesterday, the previous day, because I slept in class and I missed a whole 10 minutes of lecture. You understand? And that affects me. You understand? So you should know that actually pay attention in class, because once you miss a lesson, builds up. You understand? But when I hear my business friends talk, always talking about writing notes and stuff like that. So they write lots of notes and they just read it themselves at home, you understand? So it depends on subjects you're doing, but make sure you pay attention in class, guys. Bottom line is that, because the workload is expanding every single day. Guys, another thing that happens in grade 10 is you're still trying to find your feet, you understand? So you might have chosen subjects because there was no time for you to properly think, you didn't do research, you understand? So some people go through a stage of changing subjects. So term 1, you experience subjects, maybe you do physics in term 1, then you see, physics is not for me, you understand? Then you go ahead to do economics, maybe business studies, you understand? So you're gonna some people first experience, whereas others are very sure the minute they enter the first day of grade 10, they're like, I'm sure I'm doing the science stream the whole of my high school career, you understand? Some people are gonna change, some people are not gonna change the subjects. So just make sure when you're there, don't worry about judgment, because I know some people go from maybe physics to dramatic arts, some people go from accounting to geo, you understand? So don't worry about the judgment, don't worry about things like that. If you know what you want to be, go for it, okay? Go for the subjects you want to do, you understand? Because some people, their parents tell them that, hey, my child, do physics and pure maths, you understand? Then when you go there, you realize, I am flunking bedtime, you understand? That's when you realize that, level 2 is level 2, term 1, term 2, you understand? Some people will change in grade 11, of course, when grade 11 starts. So you want to see if you've been getting level 1, term 2, and you see you also have no interest for this. Or sometimes, and then you can change, you understand? But whereas others will be like, level 1, term 1, level 2, term 2. I can do this. I can work. Okay, level, term 3, level 5, you understand? So those things happen, you understand? So yeah, some people change subjects, some people don't. So it's okay if you're trying to adapt and trying to first experience it. But remember, time is moving fast. Time is moving by, you understand? So you don't want to, each term when you are studying a new subject, each term you have to catch up. Each term you have to ask people for notes, you understand? So make sure you choose what you want to do because you've done research on it, you understand? And yeah, guys, and everything will be pashash. Okay, so you see now you are in grade 10. You want to start your academic foundation. You understand? Because grade 8, grade 9, that's very important study, right? But now you're in grade 10. Now you already have your subjects that you're gonna write your NSC with. You understand? So we have your subjects. You want to start and properly lay out your foundation, right? So you want to make sure you have a good academic record. You know, sometimes like it's a bit rocky. This term you do well, this other term, but try to be consistent. Very importantly, try to keep your head up. Try to make sure you study. Try to make sure you try to attain the marks that you want. Try to set some goals for yourself. Maybe by this term, physics, you want to go from 40 to a 60. That is very important. Those percentages are very important. So you understand, you want to raise your academic levels. You understand? And that is how you're gonna go through grade 10 academically. Okay? Last two topics that I'm gonna dive in is friends and studying. It's very important for me to link these two together, but it's okay. I'm gonna start with studying. Studying becomes a priority, like I've said before, but it's very important now for you to actually take your studying, take your lessons, take your academics in general very serious. So you understand, you should study, prioritize, make time to actually study, because you want to get those marks good. Okay? Because from here onwards, it only gets serious. You understand? So get your marks good. You don't wanna because I remember when I was in grade 7, I had these friends. One was in grade 9, the other was in grade 10, right? So they told me, Lusa, I know how much you always talk about getting good grades and how you love getting good grades. When you get to grade 10, like us, you're gonna go to a level 1. I'm like, why? Why is that? They say things get hard, this and this. I'm like, what? Then I got scared. But then I got to grade 9, got to grade 10, and I saw, okay, when I got my 28%, remember that 28% I got the 28%, I thought, they were telling the truth, Candy. Then I realized, nah, it doesn't have to be like that. When you actually study and realize, put the mindset of grade 9 away, you're no longer a little baby now. You are getting into the serious stuff. Take studying seriously, so you don't take the studying seriously, so that you don't get the bad marks and the bad results. You understand? Yeah, guys, don't have to drop to level 2, grade level 3. Take your studying seriously. And guys, very importantly, after very importantly is extra classes now becomes a bit of a compulsory factor. You understand? Although some people might choose to actually watch YouTube videos, it's very important as well, right? YouTube videos, or just go in person, go to extra classes, and that's going to help you very much, especially for maths, especially for physics, especially for, you understand? So go to the extra classes. They're going to be very important, or choose the easier or the cheaper or the free option. Is using the resources you have, like using the internet, the Wi-Fi you have at home, the Wi-Fi you have in your internet cafe, the Wi-Fi you have in the library, to actually use YouTube, watch YouTube videos, and you're gonna be you're gonna be fine, and you're gonna pass. Okay? Friends, the one I'm linking studying with, it's very important for you to actually build your circle quite well, right? Because you don't want to have friends that are not gonna be in the same academic set as you are. You understand? So you want to make sure, if you want to study, your friends should also feel comfortable with studying. You understand? You want to be able to study in groups. You want to be able to study with other people, because it happens that in the exam, on the exam day, in the morning, you be with your friends, you guys talk, you ask each other questions. You see, you don't want friends that are going to be like, when you are opening the book, they're going to be like, Lucy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you studying? It's too late now. No, we don't want that. You want friends that are actually going to support you in your studying and your academics. So you understand, you want to choose your friends very well, because of course you come with friends from grade 9, but when you come to grade 10, make sure you have that circle of friends that you go to, because maybe your friends, the one you love so much, they're not into books. So just make sure you go to the other friends. Guys, please, let's help each other out. Understand? So yeah, build your circle quite well, and you're going to be fine. Okay? Yes, peoples, I hope this finds you well. Thank you, it finds me definitely well. So guys, the thing is, past papers are very important. Wait, let me first talk about past papers, and I'm going to get back to Balite. I'm going to get back to her, or him. I think it's her. Okay, so past papers are very important, guys. Past papers become very important. The thing is, you start writing common papers, which means papers that are done by other schools in the same province or other schools in the same country. You understand? So you want to make sure you invest in past papers. Get past papers from STEM physics if you're in grade 10. I think they have also for other grades. Also, there's this website. I think it's called past papers, like just past papers. Let me search. But that's fine, guys. Past papers in grade 10 become very, very, very important. Yo, guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. Past papers become very important, especially for maths. Become very important, you understand? Because what they do now, common papers, as I was talking about earlier, common papers, lots of papers, they don't even start the questions afresh. They take papers, like they're gonna combine questions from 2014, 2020, 2023 into one paper. And then you're gonna realize, hey man, I was studying a past paper and I saw this question. Yeah, but so it's very important for you guys to do past papers, because common papers become a thing, and yeah, they're gonna help you out. Common papers, I mean, past papers are very important, and this website will help you. Okay, there are others as well, but this one is the one I use. Oh, tips for grade 9 Lendos or grade 9 exams. Guys, this, because this is not a tip video, but blurb, the one where you study, and then when you're done, you trust yourself, you put the books away, have the paper there, write everything you remember. Write. Think, maybe sometimes you might not remember that. Okay, Lusa was a physicist born in 1882 and died 1901. Okay, that's too short. Okay, 1959. Okay, well, then you can remember Lusa died 1959. Then those are your keywords. That's what you're gonna write on the blurb, on the paper that you put for yourself. So you remember, okay, Lusa died 1949. Oh, I remember. Lusa was a physicist born. You see, that's how you do things for yourself. The motto, also some things, the abbreviations, maybe you write LP. You see, that's how you're gonna remember. Guys, you adapt your own study methods. Maybe you can invent your own method, you understand? But lots of people do advise the thing where you study for like 30 minutes, 10-minute break, you understand? But all I can see, say from like weeks prior, to give yourself and your brain to store the information in the long-term memory, you understand? Let's go to the execution. Say physics. Term on physics, the waves, sound. It is a very interesting concept, only if you're actually interested in it. But it's very interesting and it's very, very fun to do. So if you really enjoy and you really pay attention in class, it's not going to be hard. You understand? It's only hard if you don't study. It's only hard if you don't do further research, because sometimes the teacher says something in class, maybe they're saying it like frustrated because they've been doing this for like 10 years. They've been saying the same thing every year for 10 years. So it won't be interesting if they say it. But if it's a teacher that's dedicated, of course, you're going to feel that, oh, yes, you understand? Next question. Go on. Let me pause, guys. I like them. I'm going to answer them. When it comes to literature, it becomes deep. So I understand the question. When you go into literature, deep. It goes deep, because now you're going to study literature. You're going to actually have to focus and actually summarize and learn and understand, analyze an actual novel or a book. So yeah, it does go deep, but still fine. The other things, the people one is just do past papers, practice summarizing, practice answering comprehension, practice doing your language work, and you're going to be fine. Whereas paper 2, which is the literature, you have to actually study that. Understand? Paper 3, because now in grade 9 you didn't have like for GT. In paper 3 you didn't have, sorry, in grade 9 you didn't have paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, understand? But now you have paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. Paper 3 is like the creative writing. Also find, use the imagination, try to think deep outside the box, try to create your own things, try to be creative, try to put your mind and thought into that, because the paper 3s can really raise your marks, you understand? Increase your marks and your overall English marks, and yeah, you're gonna be fine otherwise. Yeah, hope that answered your questions, guys. Yay! Advice, okay? Feel free to comment, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, feel free to drop a thumbs up and say, Lusa, you did good, and I'm gonna be like, yay! Okay, so yeah, guys, till next time, bye. It was very fun filming this.